A very good afternoon, everybody. We are proceeding further with database models. Now, models are very much important, in which we have ER model, relational model, which we are going to see that today. Underlying the structure of database is the database data model. Data model is a collection of conceptual tools for describing data and relationships, data semantics, and consistency constraints. To illustrate the concept of data model, we outline two data models in this section, the entity relationship model and the relational model. Both provide a way to describe the design of a database at the logical level. In our previous tutorials, we have seen there are three levels: view level, logical level, and schema level. Now let us have a brief idea about what is entity relationship model. Before we start, I would like to give you a brief introduction. When we talk about entity, entity is anything that has its own stand or existence or its own value. Anything in this world is an entity. Whether you talk about pen, whether you talk about a system, whether you talk about fan, whether you talk about computer system, everything is its own that can stand it its own is an entity. Now we need to find the relationship between these two entities. Now when we are talking about such an, for example, a university, students, a single student is an entity, teacher is an entity. So when we talk about the university, we need to find, we have a student section, then we have a faculty section, teaching section, account section, administration section. So covering up the entire thing, we calculate the relationship or manipulate the relationship between the student and the faculty, the student and the accounts department, the students and the examination department. So this is how these relationships comes under the entity relationship model. The entity relationship model, also referred to as ER model, it is based on the perception of a real world that consists of a collection of basic objects called entities and of relationships among these objects. An entity is a thing or object in the real world that is distinguishable from other objects. For example, each person is an entity, and the bank accounts can be considered as an entity. Entities are described in a database by a set of attributes. For example, the attributes account number and balance may describe one particular account in a bank. They form attributes of the account entity set. Similarly, attributes customer name, customer street address, customer city may describe a customer and may describe a customer entity. An extra attribute customer ID is added to uniquely identify the customers, since it may be possible to have two customers with the same name, same street, and same city. A unique customer number must be assigned to each other. In United States, many enterprises have the social security number of a person. A unique number of the US government assigns to every person to the United States as a customer identifier. A relationship is an association among the several entities. For example, a depositor relationship associates a customer with each account that she has. The set of entities of the same type and set of relationships of the same type are termed as entity set and relationship set, respectively. The overall logical structure schema of the database can be expressed graphically by the ER diagram. We are going to draw the ER diagram. Now, I have already explained when we talk about the entity. We have seen that whether we are talking about the bank, there are different customers. So every customer has, we need to identify each customer in a view that it can be identified particularly. So we have the bank account number, customer ID number, then unique identification number. In India, we have Aadhaar card number. Another way of identification is PAN card number, voter ID number, driving license number. So these are the various unique identification number in India. Now, no two-person can have the same Aadhaar card. No two-person can have the same PAN card. No two-person can have the same driving license number. So these are the entity, a single entity. And when we calculate or manipulate the relationship between these two entities, these comes under the entity relationship model. And proceeding further, when we work on a different database, first we calculate all these entities, make a list of all these entities, and then we draw the entity relationship diagram, which helps us forming the perfect database. Now let us have a look to the brief introduction about relational model. The relational model uses a collection of tables to represent both data and the relationships among those data. Each table has multiple columns and each column has a unique name. The data is arranged in a relation which is usually represented in a two-dimensional table. The data is inserted into the table in the form of tuples, which are nothing but rows. A tuple. Now, meanwhile, let us also have a look to the brief practical how these things are known. Now let us have a look to a single database. This is a database, and if we are talking about a single table, the table is empty. Okay, fine. This is the a normal table which we see. Now in this, what happens when we talk about the relational model? What happens? It is a collection of tables represent both data and the relationship among those data. Each table has a multiple columns and each column has a unique name. Now you can see that every table has a multiple column. This is the column. ID is one column, title is another column, description is another column, URL is another column, category is another column, created at is another column. Now the relational model uses a collection of tables to represent both data and the relationships among those data. Each table has multiple columns and each column has a unique table. The data is arranged in a relation which is usually represented in two-dimensional table. You can see that this relation is a two-dimensional table. This is a row. These are the rows which we have filled and can be inserted, edited and modified. These are the columns. So this is considered as a two-dimensional table. The data is inserted into the table in the form of a tuples, which are nothing but rows. These are known as the tuples. You can see that these are the tuples, the data that has been inserted. That means a row, complete row, whose ID is 29, free e-learning platform. These things are considered into a single tuple. This is a single tuple. A tuple is formed by one or more than attributes. Attributes refer to the properties. Now, which are used as basic building blocks in the form of various expressions that are used to derive a meaningful information. There can be a number of tuples in the table, but all the tuple contain fixed and same attributes with varying values. You can see that there can be as many number of tuples. That means as many number of values in the table. When we are talking about the tuples, that means we should know that tuple is nothing but the value of the table. Now, the relational model is implemented in database where a relationship is represented by a table. A tuple is represented by a row. An attribute is represented by a column of the table. Attribute name is the name of the column such as identifier, name and city. The attribute in this name is ID, title, description, URL, category. Attribute value contains the value of column in one row. Constraints are applied to the table and form the logical schema. Schema means the design. So these are the design of the table. Design of the database. In this, the name of the database is tb underscore links, and in this we can have several table. Inside the table, we need to decide which table, which what should be there. ID should be there, title should be there, description should be there. In another table, we should have different things, just like name, roll number, email ID. So that is another table, and so that means in another table that is has a different schema. ID table combining all these things referred to as the design of the database. Now, in order to facilitate the selection of a particular tuple row from the table, the attributes that is column names are used, and to expedite the selection of the rows, some fields are defined uniquely to use them as indexes. This helps in searching the required table data as fast as possible. In the all the relational algebra operations such as select, intersection, product, union, difference, project, join, division, merge, etc. can also be performed on the relational database model. Operations on the relational database model as facilitated with the help of different conditional expression, various key attributes and predefined constraints, etc. Now you can see that this is all about the relational model. When we talk about the relational model, it is just a collection of table. You can see that this is the collection of a table and different tables, and every table has a attribute and tuples and rows and columns. Tuples are nothing but these are the rows. Now when we talk about these things, how we identify the different columns, just like we use select operations to select a particular. Now if we use select id, where I select star where id equals to 29, that means now you can see that now this is going to select star from table link. That means this is going to display all the all the rows all the rows of the table. You can see that all the rows of the column can be displayed. Now select attribute, select query is there. Suppose we choose select star from table where id equals to 29, so that is choosing a particular row. This is what is when we configure about the we have different things such as select, intersection, product, union, difference. So these are the different manipulation which we are going to work in relational algebra in our forthcoming chapters. You can see that these things we have entire relational calculus, relational keys. Then we have keys. Keys are uniquely keys are the values which help you to identify a particular entity uniquely. In this case we have id. In the table you can see that id is the particular thing which can identify this entire row uniquely. Now this is what we all have about the relational model. Now let us have a brief look about the object oriented model. The object oriented model is another data model that has seen increasing attention. The object-oriented model can be seen as extending the ER model with notations object-oriented data model. The object relational data model combines features of the object-oriented data model and relational data model. Semi-structured data models permit the specification of data where individual data elements of same type may have different sets of attributes. This is in contrast with the data models mentioned earlier, where every data item of a particular type may have the same set of attributes. The extinguishable markable language XML is widely used to represent this semi-structured data. Historically, two other data models, the network data model and the hierarchy data model, precede the relational data model. Now, these models were tied closely to the underlying implementation and complicated the task of modeling data. As a result, they are little used for now except in old database code that is still in service in some places. They are outlined in appendices A and B for interested readers. Now, when we are talking about the object relational model, it combines the features of object-oriented data model and the relational model. Now, these are the semi-structured data model which permits the specification of data, where individual data elements of the same type may have different sets of attributes. Now, this is in contrast with the data models that we have discussed, where every data item of a particular type must have the same set of attributes. Now, the extensible markup language, XML, is widely used to represent semi-structured data. Now, have you ever gone through what are the XML files? XML files are generally used to create the route map. In the route map, that means what are the route map of a website? I am going to show you a brief description later on. Now, object oriented data model, which we have practical, and it has another, we can just see that it has another model, and it is can be taken as a extension of the ER model. Now we are the basically we are going to just go through the ER model and the relational model, which we are going to use in our practical examples in our further practices. These things are very much important. Now in our forthcoming chapters, we are again going to have a brief description about ER model.